Hello, everyone. Welcome to Stream. We are back for episode 5, season 3 of NQRA TRPG, tabletop RPG. Let me change the screen. Tonight we have a couple of players. We have Ern, we have Meow, we have Bianca, and we have someone else joining. Red's not going to be a consistent. I wish you'd be a consistent player, and it's not any fault of your own. It's just life.
I have no control.
So Red's gonna sometimes join for session when he's able to. Let's start with Red for a little bit of a character introduction. I will grab your picture while you introduce yourself and who you're playing, Red.
Well. Hello, people of chat. My name is Red. I will be playing a bard who's also an illusionist, and his name is Vale and Tino. Yes, very original. I'm also a fox beastkin with a very interesting set of skills.
Red's going to be playing basically kind of like a traveling bard that'll sometimes bump into the party and join them for whatever it is they get up to for a little while. But yes, as for the normal cast, you want to take it from the top?
Hello everyone, name's Ernest Wolfbane. I play a beastkin samurai named Harushimada who is looking for his sister out in the world. He has a keen sense of smell. Nice to meet you.
Lentor?
Pardon the sound issues, that's detecting other stuff. So I'm Meow, I play Lantor Silver. He's a lightning elf, which, for magical affinity with lightning, and just enjoys trial and error, seeing what works and what doesn't in a variety of situations.
Now, it's up to you, Bianca, if you want to introduce yourself or not. If you want to, she's not feeling the best, so.
Yeah, if people want to know, they can just watch previous episodes.
Exactly. But yes. So, she is here. Sienna might be a little bit more quieter than normal.
Sienna's here in spirit.
Indeed. Lantor and Haru, would you mind giving a brief recap of what happened last session?
Sorry, my brain's still on the session where it was just the boys.
It's in the journal. You can look at the journal.
Yeah, it's all there. I did the recap last week, so I think you can do it this week.
No.
I watched the previous shorts. By that logic, I know that apparently you guys. Mr.
You're one episode behind though, Red. You're one episode behind because I'm one episode behind on posting.
But So basically what happened last session was that as Lantor and Haru were having a discussion about why one of their party members decided that licking dead feet was a thing. Both Sienna and Lou, after waking up from their rest, hear about this, and of course this leads to a bunch of questions, a lot of discussions regarding about it. Not long afterwards, Noel, the guy who had the dead feet taste, appeared from his own room.
Don't describe him like that. That's so mean.
Sorry, the guy who had his staff zapped, his foot licked, and sniffed.
This guy. Continue.
Anyway,
Poor dude.
he had one hell of a night. Where was I? Right. Noel introduces himself. He gets questioned about why he's there, what he's doing, where he was, and during this entire time, there wasn't much that he had in terms of introductions or why he was there or anything of the sort. He said he had been there for a week. They possibly missed him just when he had left. And, said that, no, adventures are snoopy, but I didn't expect them to be this snoopy. Because Sienna, in his eyes, and he thinks one of the adventuring party had taken his book and gun. Sienna, of course, had it, but she said nothing about having it or anything of the sort. This led to them having a heated debate, a heated discussion with each other about the person that's been chasing after Noel this entire time.
You just ignored the entire part, how they saw that ominous shadow in the distance.
But yes, Sienna looks for footprints, found some from last night, and sees a silhouette about 150 meters away, noticing that it is the same kind of description that Haru had mentioned the day before about how about the person that's been chasing after Noel this entire time. While they're doing their discussions and having their talk, Lou decides to go to a different room, connect visually to his his bird, sent it outside to keep an eye out to see if anything of that description matches, and does indeed find a guy wearing a cloak-ish thing with green eyes walking towards the cabin. And instead of telling anyone about it, he decides to go out and start counting the numbers from 300 down to whatever number it was. On that note as well, Haru had caught scent of a very foul stench coming their way as well. This leads to the party getting a little bit more panicked, having a lot more conversation about this and that, leading to Lantor and Noel borrowing knives from Sienna. But as they're doing all of this, Haru steps out of the house, confronts the man, gets nothing in return for an answer, and straight up just goes up and starts a fight. During the fight, it is known, during the fight, we find out this person's name was Victor, a priest of Chaos Exxon, a person who sees Sienna having a gift, much like he has from Chaos Exxon himself. But throughout that entire time, his main target was to get rid of Noel. And because of some misunderstanding on his part, I guess, or lack of wanting to understand, Victor ends up attacking the party, wanting to free them from the controls of the wicked, the man who follows the false god in his eyes, and ends up attacking the party. Unfortunately, during that time, one of the attacks was targeted towards Noel, in which he shoved Sienna into the way of the attack, and after making sure to subdue Victor after that moment of time, Sienna and Noel has once again gone into a bickering mode where, fair enough, she is upset that he used her as a meat shield, basically.
I just had a genius idea. Sienna is giving him the silent treatment.
Yeah, that's what I said earlier.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Oh, I don't think you were here. I said Sienna and Noel were bickering, and now she's giving everybody the silent treatment.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, continue.
Yeah. Before deciding to do much of anything else, while they're tying up Victor, and before the argument gets any further, Haru then calls up the people who posted about the quest about the monster investigation that we meant to have here. Discovered that almost everything that they told them matched the person that they were tying up, Victor. The only thing that wasn't quite right was the mentioning of skeletons. Noel then proceeds to do something priest-like, seems to send out a magical scan of the area, and tells them that there were 2 skeletons near the river, which the party knew was infested with sirens. So, deciding that, you know what, that seems like we've done a good job here, we've done the investigation. If anything else, we might need to report to the party, report to the guild about the 2 skeletons near the river, maybe they were missing people or anything of the sort, and just head back towards Blopsy. Noel is joining the party, but only because because the party wants a proper confirmation of his identity, and what better place than the main city to see if anyone who follows the church or anything of the sort recognizes him. So he offers to continuously paralyze Victor as they head back.
Which nothing eventful really happened.
There was nothing eventful happening, and I think that's why Sienna and Noel probably got into another argument, and now she is staying quiet. Not quite the silent treatment, she just refuses to speak. Nothing to do with IRL reasoning or anything of the sort.
But the previous session ended with the party arriving once more back in the capital city of Talis, Blopsy. And it was quite late when they arrived, and so it is, of course, the next day that you all rise, waking up to head into the adventuring side of town to get the answers of which you seek, and possibly, hopefully, get the reward for the quest that you accepted. Now, as the carriage is, you're loading everything back up onto the carriage from staying at the inn on that side of town, and Noel is paralyzing Victor to keep him in the carriage, and everyone else is the players who aren't here right now are helping load the carriage. Lantor, Haru, you have the opportunity to have a bit of a conversation. You are welcome to include the ever quiet Sienna, if you wish. Have a bit of a conversation.
Talk if we need to.
It's odd to feel it's comforting to be back in civilization after going through those forests.
Yeah, not big for camping, but at least it was some sort of cabin rather than a tent.
Can you call that camping?
Well, it was a night out in the forest, quite a few, so I'm going to classify that close enough.
Are you from the city, Lantor?
From a small village, actually. So
you are?
Yeah, it's a little ways away from here, but sorry, whilst I just bring up my thing, I've forgotten.
He
Fair.
brings out his phone to double check where he is on the map.
Not good with directions. We all know how I roll.
Yo, you and me the same. You and me the same, but I'm in real life.
Yeah, a small village, Masu.
Masu, if I'm not mistaken, that should be the village between Toko and Gambers Valley. You weren't kidding when you said you were from far away.
Yeah, well, I've been around a little bit. Just trying to make my way to Spark, really. And on occasion, I take the long way.
Like Spark, all the way in Anfree.
Yeah, the place that's all water
Tourist
and mud.
hotspot.
That's the one.
Well, I guess it makes sense why people want to live there. It is, as you said, filled with many springs, minerals, and such. Probably good for one's health too if one bathes there on a regular occasion. But that's interesting. I never would have expected you to be quicksand.
Well, I wasn't necessarily asked, so, now that you do ask, I'm happy to share.
Well, considering things you've told about yourself, I'll tell you where I'm from. I genuinely am just from Choo Choo. It's not too far away from here. Some people know it as the hot spring central for many reasons. It's a very spiritual place if you live there. Otherwise, people really only know it for the hot springs that it has and the bathhouses.
And does it have more people that are more like you, or is it more of a variety of others?
What do you mean by like me?
Oh,
Like, do you mean beastkin? Funnily enough, there are
Yeah.
quite a bit of foxes in Choo Choo.
yeah, and specifically foxes, or is it all sorts of other beastkin?
Oh, there's plenty of other races. It's primarily a mix of very traditional elves and beastkin. And don't quite see. Well, there are plenty of human tourists, but as for the ones living there, I can remember only maybe 2 families.
Almost as if to prove that beastkin or fox wolfkin can be found anywhere. You do take notice of a particularly charismatic bard walking nearby the carriage, checking it out.
Where's my dice?
That's a good question. Where is your
Because that
dice?
was a thought. That wasn't a roll. That was a immediate thought from Haru. No, this one smells a bit different.
Wait, is it directed at me?
Yes.
This one smells.
He doesn't say anything, but like he pauses the conversation to look at this man who has decided to just waltz up to the parties
Who's
of
sussing out the carriage
carriage,
and
yes.
the person that's in the back of the carriage. You can see the people that are in the back of the carriage avail in RP chat.
Can we help you?
No, you don't have to help. Don't mind me. I'm just interested in your carriage over here.
the one we're driving.
Yes. Honestly, it's been a while since I even had company. You're the first people I've seen in a very long while.
You smell like you come from the volcanic area down to the west. Was it Evergreen Isles?
He smells himself first. Do I really smell that bad?
Oh no, I have a very sensitive nose. It was the first scent that I got from you, other than the little. Well, there's still ash smells, but more of the pipe variety.
You guys take notice as he goes to check his clothing to see if he smells. You see the glint of his Iron Adventurer badge.
Oh, you're an adventurer. That makes sense. Very interesting outfit.
I'm a bard first and foremost. Let me introduce myself properly. Where is that picture? Hold on.
I'm sending it, don't worry.
Alright. Basically, I'm doing.
Exactly the same.
Forward, pain behind his back, tipping his non-existent fedora. Greetings, traveler. I am a traveler bard. My name is Vale. Valentino at your service.
Valentino?
Yes. The N stands for neighbor, because I'm friendly towards everyone, just like a neighbor would.
Your middle name is Neighbor?
Yes.
Val neighbor Tino?
Yes. Your friendly neighborhood foxkin.
My name's Dodgy, but geez, some people really want their kids to get bullied. Okay.
No worries. My terms of interest are usually very strange as it is. You know what they say. The weird the person, the weirder the company they attract.
Haru then looks at his party as I don't think we're weird. I don't think I am, at least.
Your first comment was how I smell. I felt offended, but at the same time impressed.
Yeah, I look at I follow Haru's game, look at the rest of the party, and look back at Haru, and unfortunately nod.
Fortunately,
Unfortunately not. What do you mean unfortunately?
agree. We are normal people.
With a
Mostly.
very normal amount of social media followers.
Very normal amount.
Trying to second guess this group already.
Well, nice to meet you, Vale. My name is Haru, and this is Lantor.
It's nice to meet you. So what brings you to Blopsy?
What brings you to our carriage?
Well, as I said, your group was one of the few I've seen in a very long while. And since I'm a traveling bard, I just happened to come across your carriage near this area.
You see
Sounds
Noel
like a
looking.
walking travesty.
Noel looking. He puts his hand out on Victor's head. You see like a small flash of light. He paralyzes him once more and looks towards the rest of the party, trying to listen to the conversation. Very confused at what he is hearing.
Well, we were going to hand this person over to... He pauses for a moment, thinking, where do we bring him to? Do we bring him to the police or to the NQRA?
We could try turning him in for a reward if he was the person that responsible for everything, but
Well, so
maybe
far he did
it's a better option.
match every description of the monster, quote-unquote monster.
That is true. Well, we can always try and turn him into the NQRA and get our reward.
Oh, we'll still need to
if
report about
we
the
get
other
to-
part, though.
Well, we can do both, but if this is what we get for the quest and our reward, then we probably should do that. And if not, we can
At
always
least we could always just
take
bring him to the
afterwards.
police. That's right.
So let's go try and turn him into the NQRA first.
You need a ride to the NQRA, Mr. Traveling Bard?
Well, it'd be nice to have company for once in my travels, so if you don't mind,
So,
if you'd like, I can also do some fun little party tricks in the carriage itself.
Nature's blessing.
terrible. So you all get up onto the carriage and soon begin making your way across town to the NQRA. Who is navigator, who is journal keeper, and who is quartermaster today?
I'm happy to stick with quartermaster.
I
Alright,
can do
Lentils.
journal keeping again because I'm not really participating.
Yeah, no, go for it.
Sure.
If you're happy with that?
leaves me with navigation. Let's
Yeah.
go. Do we need to actually roll navigation?
Yes, I will need you to
Oh.
roll me navigation.
As you clamber onto the carriage from the back, you see a young lady stirring awake from her nap, and looking up, Chloe, you see a foxskin coming on into the carriage. His picture is in the RP chat. And what is your reaction to him as Chloe?
Probably gets a photo of them all together with Haru and posts it.
Oh,
No.
actually, no, that's a good point. Actually,
Oh, hi. I didn't see you.
Hello there, good sir. I'll be your traveling bard for the day. Just for a few potential days.
Oh, you're
I thought
bard.
that- Yes. In fact, I was going to do a small little performance in the carriage as we travel.
nature's blessing.
Stop it.
What the hell? Why is this?
I see. I see. In that case, I I have excuse that I have to take a picture of you and then post on our channel.
Blink, blink. Can I ask what do you mean by channel?
Okay, so basically, it's not actually channel. It's our account, our social media.
Blink. What is a social media?
Basically, what people can visit and then can update what our group is doing. For example, if I say, oh, we have a new member and a people who's interested in us traveling and are interested in our progress will see, oh, so they have a new member that is a bard.
Well, in that case, I better have a good first impression. DM, can I roll for my ability?
Roll for the
Sir.
Go 100.
DM, can I roll
Yes.
for this? I'd like to roll for my ability.
I'll take a video.
Let me first roll to see if this is going to work. Yeah, this is gonna. Wait, do I get a modifier for this, DM? For
Yes.
What
If this is the kind of performance, you get your performance modifier.
hooray! All right, +1, +1, +1. Okay. Dead 10. Alright. So,
Okay.
you guys know the dancing rat?
Which one?
Oh. Oh, you mean like that?
Wait, we're on stream! Yeah, that one. So you see Vale holding holding his cane in his hand, pulling it out from its sheath, and it reveals a flute. Coming out from the flute is a little light ball that looks like a wisp. He plays a small tune as the wisp glows bright yellow and then transforms into a rat. It begins to absolutely do the shimmy.
Shimmy, shimmy, yeah, shimmy,
So,
shimmy.
What'd you get for did you roll a D20 for thing? Or have you rolled your D100 for photogenic?
I swear, Red, if you get a 69.
God.
Oh,
What
no,
in the?
no.
It's because he's a furry, isn't it?
What did he get?
Hold on. Do
Not
I
yet.
have a modifier for this or just not?
Plus
not
one.
bad?
Your performance.
Oh, wow!
93.
Excellent.
Oh.
That's
Okay,
good.
so Chloe, if you want to roll
Viral.
viralness,
Virality.
You okay?
virality,
This is how the rat meme starts.
roll it with advantage.
Roll 2d100s and grab the highest
Take
roll.
the higher one.
Holy. 82.
Oh my god. 82.
It's not as viral, but it's pretty bloody viral. It starts to take off within the first couple seconds. You notice the numbers begin to jump up by 80 each time, and before you know it's in the thousands.
Ooh. Ooh. Nice. You've been very good. Because since you're a bard, we can actually start making a merchandise.
You can start making merchandise.
You know,
Let's
maybe
see.
if I decide to actually make some merch, I won't be dead broke again.
You happen to have a gambling addiction.
No, I am unfortunately a traveling bard, and being a bard already doesn't pay much. The traveling part is also not so good on the one.
All my money gained from performing goes to my travel expenses. Every single cent of it.
No, no, every single cent goes to very inexpensive tea.
Alright, you Brit.
Are you? So I have a question. Do you? I mean, I've obvious, but I have to ask a question. Do you like to be in a spotlight?
Kinda not. Sometimes too many eyes is a bad thing for my line of work.
Okay, so not too much a fan attraction.
I'm scared. I feel like I'm gonna be used for other things.
How do you feel by sometimes selling your personal belonging that you don't use anymore?
You see him like back off for a moment, leans back in. Depends on how personal.
Not too personal. Well, I'll try to notify you.
We've arrived at the
ever
NQRA. Haru calls out from the front.
What did you roll for navigation in encounter?
Oh, Red was doing it.
Oh, Red was doing it.
Wait, I can roll again. I got 12.
Yeah,
I didn't know what you got.
he got a 12.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
nothing. What was the encounter?
It's your encounter rolled.
Oh wait, I have to roll for that? Okay, hold on.
Yes,
encounter.
yes, you do.
Hold on, sir. It's been a while, D20. Yo, not one.
Holy!
Oh my god.
Woo, never finished. Dude.
So
Dude.
I'll let you guys finish your conversation to
Yeah,
start
yeah.
with.
Okay. So basically, I said, well, consulting all that, and I will try to welcome think about your personal uncomfortableness. But if you think in that case, I think we can be a still good friend. Nice to meet you. My name is Chloe.
Nice to meet you, Chloe. Vale and Tino. The N stands for neighbor.
Okay. What now?
As you say
Yeah,
that,
if you
you
need-
guys slowly pull up into the adventuring part of. So you drive past the path to the castle. You keep going down the main street across all of the main town of Blops, and you start noticing you're getting very strange looks as you're driving past, and people seem to keep running away from where the carriage is. And the further and further you go across Blopsy, you get just across the threshold into the NQRA Adventurers part of the city, and you are suddenly stopped, quite suddenly, like someone immediately stepped out and the horses kind of jolted. It soon becomes obvious to everyone on the carriage that you have been perceived as a bit of a threat. Why? You're not entirely sure, but you watch as some slightly high-ranking adventurers have circled around the carriage and have their weapons drawn.
Let me guess. Do they have like fur-lined like short jackets that show their midriff, a balding head with a mohawk in the middle,
Why
a face that only a mother can love?
Why that specifically? This isn't guards. These are other adventurers. You do see the guards are also on alert in their like full suits of armor, just behind you in your carriage, but around you are adventurers that would be probably about silver rank. They've got very expensive looking equipment. Their armor and this and that is not worn. It's quite shiny still and very well maintained and looked after. They seem to have a little bit more money than the lower ranking adventurers usually have.
But do they
But
have
you
more
could-
money than what Sienna's stolen?
I don't know an answer to that question. Would you like to try and rob them and find out? You do notice that they have the silver adventuring star pinned to their like the cloak or their like near their hood for those that have the fabric over the shoulders. Some of them have a backpack and it's like pinned onto their backpack strap.
I'm gonna take a picture
Of what?
of the of the older group that just putting on the weapons to us just in case.
I didn't accidentally partake in some sort of illegal crime syndicate again.
Pretty sure we're not, but I don't like the situation. How? Any guesses? I don't particularly like the situation. Any idea why we're surrounded like this?
It seems we're being surrounded because we're perceived as a threat. Don't know. That happens it happens a lot in the stories I heard about adventuring, but I never thought we would actually run into this situation. Though they don't look like the generic thugs that my cousin usually reads in the books. A lot more hair, I should say.
I'm concerned about what books your cousin might be reading.
It's a lot of the times a story about saving a damsel in distress, which I guess she might be wanting because she's a rather independent girl, but she doesn't get that opportunity much.
So the axe-looking ones, they are adventurers, and then these two at the back are the guards, the royal guards.
The music I was playing got deleted off the playlist.
What? Like in live time?
In lifetime, I'm sad.
In lifetime?
Live music deletion
That's
reaction.
kind of funny.
That is pretty funny.
I guess this one works. Oh no, this doesn't work. Holy, they are actively deleting it right now. Okay, maybe I'll go to a different playlist.
Basically, you guys get stopped right outside of the NQRA area. The royal guard that stands behind the carriage seem to be pretty quiet and seem to be following the instructions of the adventurers. The adventurers seem very on guard. Can I get everyone to please roll me an insight check, and we'll see who picks up on some information.
12.
12. Yep. Lantor?
Sorry, doing the pluses.
Sorry?
16.
Okay. Yep. Chloe?
14.
Yep. Sienna?
15.
And Vale?
4. 3
Inside.
plus 1.
So Vale doesn't take up anything. He's too really. This must be a normal occurrence for this party. They don't seem to be too concerned. Meanwhile, everyone else, you take notice that the adventurers' eyes are directly on Noel and Victor, particularly on Noel, considering he keeps putting magic on Victor to make sure that he doesn't move. Something seems to be setting them on edge, and you are reminded of how Noel seems to have an unsettling presence, especially when you guys first met him.
I think we should just kick them both off right here.
Oh, we don't know why they're circling around us at the moment. It could be just they're worried because Noel keeps casting magic on the person we subdued.
Right, so if we hand them both over, no problem.
Well, that becomes a problem because we technically need to hand them over as our quest.
And you also still have my book and promised me safe protection through here.
I don't think I promised anything like that.
Well,
And then it will be a little bit of problem too because we have a little SNS. It might be trouble or an invitation.
Then turns his attention towards the adventurers, going like, "Hey, is something the matter? We're just coming back from a quest.
They eye you suspiciously before the one in front. The one adventure number 3. I just saw you numbered them. Adventure number 3 sort of steps forward and goes, "I believe you are low-ranking adventurers, correct?
Yes, that's correct. We just came.
Is it safe to assume that people in your party are of a lower magical register?"
He looks towards
Well, that
Lantor.
sounds
Are we?
offensive.
Are you?
I shrug.
I use magic.
Lower magical register?
I know illusions, but that's about it.
There is not a
Well,
chaos
I-
stone in sight.
We have received an alert regarding a carriage that contains a large aura of necrotic magic. In large quantities, this is something akin to equal power to a chaos monster.
Oh shit!
Oh.
Wonder who that could be.
Oh, when it comes to that, we did subdue someone for our quest. He's in the carriage currently.
And do you have the quest paper available?
He takes out his phone and shows him the quest of investigating the forest up north.
The fucking bard just dips.
Just-
Runs. Don't mind me.
And do you know what this creature is that you are hunting?
well, we thought it was a monster at first, but after hearing the descriptions and explanations that we got from the people who posted the quest, we've deduced that it is this person that we have bound and what's the word, paralyzed using magic.
And you didn't think that someone of this caliber is harboring such high magical concentration that
Oh,
could be
we
perceived
do.
as a very large threat to the city of Blopsy?
Well, we have it under control. He hasn't been able to move nor react or anything since being subdued. We also didn't want to kill them in the off chance that they were someone important enough. Despite their disposition to necrotic magic and high magical capacity, which happens to be a lot of people, actually.
Who is a part of your party in this? I'm assuming the guy lying down is this person you're referring to, and this guy that is constantly using a large potency of magic on him is a part of your party?
He is temporarily, yes.
He's joined us halfway
Absolutely not.
If there seems to be a mixed review, then we will have to take all of you in.
You can find us on social media. Everyone who is in our party is on social media.
He sort of sighs and then eyes you, Sienna, and focus on the rest of the group,
Cat prison
lingering
magic.
each moment on
Like and
on
subscribe.
each of you before sort of walking away to go and converse with Adventurer 2. And they have a brief little talk and mumble for a moment. It gives you guys a bit of a... They soon call over Adventure 1 and soon joins, and the three of them have a little tiny meeting in front of the horses. You can't really make out anything that they're saying, but...
Is this magic really that strong? I know Knowles might be a little bit off the radar considering he's probably necrotic. Are you using necrotic powers right now?
Paralysis is usually used as in classes as necrotic magic, yes. It is also a spell that isn't supposed to be used usually by adventurers. It's not a standard necromancy spell.
So you're a necromancer?
No,
Oh my
no.
god, we established this, didn't we?
I'm
We
not
hate him.
I'm not a necromancer, and don't hate me. I'm a priest. I do good for the world. I help people. I just have a collection of spells that are unorthodox.
That's exactly what Victor said.
Well,
For
no,
me,
Victor was
some-
talking about the one true God and being gifted. Speaking of, he said you also had a gift from his lord too.
Who? Me?
Yes.
You mean the glowing purple chaos gun that you have seen in action multiple times?
Yes, is that the gift? I never really thought of it was
Well,
chaos.
If there's another gift, I don't know what it is.
Well, regardless, it seems that the combination of Victor right there and the constant pulsing of necrotic magic is triggering some sort of device or people's senses of magic. Though, with that being the case, we shouldn't be in trouble. Shouldn't, so long as Victor is still incapacitated.
He is currently, but if I can't keep using this, then he is going to come out of it in the next couple of minutes.
Can you please recast it?
You sure that's a good idea?
Well, as we said, well, at least as I told to them, that we're using that magic to continue to subdue him. Because it's not
Well,
normal for us to actually find... Well, here's the thing. I know there are chaos elves, and maybe for a little bit, maybe there might be chaos pixies or even chaos fae. But Victor, he sifts Victor What does he smell elven? Does he smell vampire?
He's
Human, right?
Yeah.
Human, yeah. But he's just human. I've never seen a human who could use chaos like him before.
It is eating him from the inside. I think the only reason why he's surviving is because of that addiction.
Huh, magic eating. I've read it in a book, but I never thought that would be something actually possible.
So the guards soon break up, and Adventurer 3 gestures to the guards behind to come and take Victor out of the carriage.
I wouldn't do that.
They lift him up, grabbing, his arms and his legs and sort of carry him out. And the Adventurer 3 speaks up. Don't worry, we're going to take him off your hands and get him into lockdown, where we can start processing him so you can get your reward from the quest. If it is indeed him that was the cause. But we will need to take you guys off into a separate area just to ask a few more questions, because some things just aren't quite adding up here, and we have to wait for an analyst to come over and investigate.
If the thing
So-
that's not adding up is the way this guy looks in photos compared to the way he looks in real life, we have many answers for that.
You can bring that up when the analyst gets here.
Sorry, the fact that I don't know you were talking about Haru or Victor is like...
The Adventurer 3 then sort of gestures over towards Adventurer 1 over in this direction for you guys to basically lead the carriage over off to the side behind what had become known as the training grounds. So soon you guys have basically been told to get out of the carriage, and you're welcome to rearrange yourselves however you wish to stand. You're not behind the carriage. Come back over here.
Look, if they go for me, they'll automatically go for you instead. Because knowing usually how we fight, you're the victim of
We are
mine.
not bringing my bullet curse damage, okay?
Oh.
Well,
Bullet
I
magnet
have a-
curse.
I have a turret.
I'm just lining up in case we do go into combat.
So, guys, should we probably get our story straight?
That would be a great idea.
Story
If
is
anything,
true.
I suggest we book it and run.
No, that wouldn't be a good idea considering things. We already look suspicious enough as is.
I
Only
look,
suspicious if you do.
if you say that I'm a part of your party, then I'd come under adventuring contracts, and then we are sorted. They'll
Nope.
let us go.
No,
But
just in case
everyone
I
would
wasn't
have
clear.
to agree.
No.
Null is size and defeat. Adventure 3 sort of approaches this wizard-looking person who comes sort of walking up around the corner from where your carriage was and greets them with a small wave. A serious look on their face. It does not bring you any kind of ease. This analyst looks quite sour in personality. Adventurer
Great.
3 goes over and they talk with the analyst for a brief moment. Adventurer 1 and 2 watching you guys, eyeing you. Keep a relative distance away to give you guys space.
If we're getting our stories right, it is the truth. We were going on an adventure, came across you, a victim of Victor, and then subdued Victor, and then you came with us because you were keeping him subdued for us as we traveled back.
Yes.
There's nothing wrong with that. That's an honest story. And
No,
that's the truth.
no, there's nothing wrong with that, and if that's the truth, they should let us go. But as I said, wait, was that a crash?
That sounded like something fell.
Hold on. Yeah, we'll be right back. That didn't sound good.
Okay.
I'm just gonna check the kitchen. Alright, apologies for that. We are back. I had a whole bunch of glass jars smash on the floor, but that is being dealt with. So, back to session. Right, so you guys were getting your
Knowledge.
story straight.
Oh.
You guys can say another few couple things before the analysis is gonna
Yeah.
come over.
It is the
Well, no, I was
truth.
in the middle
So
of speaking.
it is the truth. So we shouldn't get into trouble with it. And we were
It
subduing
is.
him to the best of our abilities.
If they ever ask when did we start our quest and everything, we probably can show our account and say there is an evidence and
Oh,
an
we also
alibi.
have the registered quest on our what do we call them here? Our phones? You know,
Yeah.
on our phones as well. Considering we took it as a party, it should be on everyone's phone. Well, except for Noel, because he's not part of the party.
I also don't have a phone, so there is that issue as well.
Do you have any form of identification on you, Noel?
He sort of rummages through his pockets. He has a very old and raggedy looking, something akin to a passport.
Is it legible? Can I read it?
Can I see it?
The two of you sort of
Okay.
lean over to look at it, and roll me an intelligence check.
11.
Hold on. Am I gonna get the the plus for this?
Intelligence. Yeah, if you have any modifiers to intelligence.
2. Chloe has 2.
I have 2.
Yeah.
So D20 plus 2.
12.
11 and 12. Is that enough?
However, you make note that it does seem to be Elven-esque, maybe? Chloe, you try to read it and maybe it's something akin to an old language, but you're not entirely sure.
Hmm.
Can I try and read it?
What is it?
Yeah.
It get made out of? Is it made out of a card or?
Fabric.
It's a mix of fabric and thick paper. Lanta, roll me an intelligence check.
Yeah, so 15.
You notice to be Old Elven. You can indeed read it. But some of the letters you don't really know what they would mean.
Well, it is definitely a form of identification, but it's not the easiest thing in the world to read. How long have you had this, Noel?
I was born with this. I guess it's kind of like a birth certificate, I guess.
That's a birth certificate? I think I've seen some of that in a museum, I think.
But
Yeah, I think I might have seen it in a museum.
But this is incredibly old, though. So, how old even are you?
I'm not sure.
Are you gonna
What,
say
you
like the
just lost
vampires I
count
lost
after
count?
a while?
There's a whole chunk of my life I don't really remember much. So I'm not sure how many years that was.
Can you read it?
You read it.
No, I can't read it either. I kind of got smudged sometimes in the rain. They didn't really make them as well as they do now.
Can I take a picture of it and then post it in an account and then
He hides it. No. This is my identification. Do not take a photo and send it wherever you're sending it.
Okay.
I'm gonna get doxed at IRL.
No.
No. Lentor, can you roll me a history check?
19.
You can actually. You guys talk. I'm gonna look for something.
Okay. Considering how old that looks almost as old as the one in the museums.
Well, it is also very well worn, so that could have possibly added to it. I mean, as much as Noel keeps himself clean, I can't imagine that everything of his has remained unscathed. I mean, look at the scars. It's
There's also that.
you know, it seems like he's had a rough time, and all of his equipment probably hasn't fared as well as he might have hoped at the time.
Lentor, you study this passport birth certificate a little bit closer, sort of rotating it this and that way, and thinking back to some of the things that you'd read or studied when you were growing up in Quixia, and you think you come to the realization that this might actually be from the 60th generation.
What generation are we up to now?
190.
Sorry, writing down some notes. Well, having better look at it, I think, Hara, you might be right. This actually does and should belong in a museum.
How old are you, Noel?
I can tell you that I was born on Christmas, but that was about it.
He was born on Christmas.
We didn't really count
a
years
gift to
back
the world,
then.
I'm sure.
Well, my parents believe so. It took them a long time to conceive me. Unfortunately, they didn't get to live much past that.
Okay, so he's a zombie.
Sorry to hear about that.
That
Well, if
makes
the
sense.
identification and the age is right, he
That
shouldn't
makes sense.
really be here.
Makes sense why he said he tastes like a dead person then.
There is literally no other scientific explanation.
Noel, would you like to know how old you are, approximately?
It would be nice. Then I have a number to tell people when they ask me.
I can't give you a specific number, but as far as generations go,
FYI,
We go-
one generation is 15 years.
I'll do an approximate math calculation. So
And what
he was
generation
60th
is it
and we're now
currently?
190.
190.
It's now 190
Yeah.
generations. It's 130 generations.
Yeah, and I said we're the 190th. That's fine. So yeah, 130 has since gone past. So yeah, it's
He's almost
The-
2,000
the-
years old.
yeah, basically. There's about 130 generations between us.
130. No, 130 is not too bad. Like,
Generations.
No, that's generations. If I do my math, you're about 1900 years old. 1900 and a bit. Add some change.
I like
don't know.
the 130. That sounds a lot more plausible.
Well, your birth
Zombie.
certificate passport says otherwise. He said
No.
says you were born in the 60th generation.
Well, we didn't really count years back then, so
Zombie.
Just Sienna's little like like echoes in the background.
Noel leans over to you, Haru, and sort of whispers to you, "Do you think I can pass as a vampire?"
You see Haru actively like sniff, like yes.
So if we're changing the story, then I guess
Can
we're
you-
But
lying.
Can
you
you
should do.
act like a vampire?
You had blood before. But you should to hide your. Actually, no. If you've been alive for that long, that makes you an anomaly. The last person that I remember hearing about being far older than what he's supposed to be was a certain wizard in the Enchanted Forest.
I don't know what to do. This is not a situation. This is why I usually stick to the back streets.
Well,
Because I don't know how people are going to react to me.
not so long as you have your identification. Do you have a picture in there or anything of the sort? Is there
We didn't have anything to take pictures.
right 60th generation? I don't know what was around during that time.
It was before.
Drawing?
Wait, that
Sticks and
he's
mud
still
on the
younger
wall.
than Fionn. That wait, no, he's older than Fionn.
He is.
Fionn was even before the Enchanted War. Before
So is he. Do you want to roll a history check?
Nat 20.
You know that this puts him as being alive during the Crude War.
Yeah, then that means you were alive during the Crude War.
Yes.
Were you part of it?
Yes.
You were?
She was a very painful woman to talk to.
Talk to?
Yes.
Talk to?
You're talking about Nox, right?
Yes.
We shouldn't be having this conversation right now. We are about to be interrogated and we need a straight story before we get tested.
Well, the straight story is you're an old relic from the past that's still alive.
That sounds like
Sorry.
I'm an item. I'm a person.
Well, by all technicality, if you're old
Yummy.
enough, yes. Rather than I guess technically.
Look, I'll answer your questions if you make sure that I get out of this without being quested as some monster.
No promises.
I
You're also
can
gonna have
do
to convince
something.
them of that.
Well, I can do something, but that doesn't seem right to do.
What?
Well, I can do illusions. Faking your identity wouldn't be a difficult thing to do.
Look, if you just make me look more like a vampire, then maybe I can pull this off. I am from Sunsei, after all.
Was it even called Sansei back
It
then?
was not. I learnt that the hard way.
But trying to fool the law seems...
These adventures are not the law. If the Royal Guards were doing it, that's the law.
As much as you say that, the NQRA has basically been doing a lot of the work for security and among a few other things. They're kind of just like hired guards a lot of the times. It seems Haru needs a bit more convincing before he does anything else.
What would your sister say?
Well, it depends, really. He thinks for a moment. May I roll a memory if she's ever said anything about the situation?
Sure.
It'll be wisdom, right?
Yeah.
17.
You do remember that she talks about never getting caught and do what you have to do to not get caught. But that's usually when talking about self. She doesn't say much about anyone else. And Noel, in this moment, hearing your sister mentioned, goes, right, Lantor told me you're looking for your sister. I think I may have crossed paths with her.
Oh, fuck off. Honestly.
You know what? Convinced. Alright, if you know where my sister is, I'll help you just once. Only if you tell me anything you know about where she is.
Of course. I will do my utmost to help.
With absolutely
I
no
would
hesitation.
also would like to help, cause I just genuinely feel like personally don't like when people treat people because of how they like not even know what they want to. I just don't like when I treat people like they like stuff. So can I be able to say that able to have a basic like makeup tool just because
I assume
that's
you would,
my-
considering things.
yeah, because of how I dress, not how I dress like normally.
I'm fine to assume that.
Haru goes and
Nothing
grabs
fancy.
his passport certificate thing.
Uh-huh.
Using his illusions, he crafts something more akin to a modern ID card, but kind of wrapped in to make it feel like it is the same material. So
Yeah.
it only looks like it's new, but it feels like what you feel there.
Yeah.
His image, his face in a corner, all like his name. What's your full name? As he's like doing this, he's asking questions. His full name.
I really only go by Noel. There's no real family name. We didn't really use those.
Fair. And then he puts that there. So like date of birth. It would be safe to put you at 100 and born during the... She begins to think about it. He puts in like 125. he then also begins to basically make it look as convincing as he could. Let me roll my illusions first, which would be just a 19. Do I need to roll... What's the word when you make a fake something?
You're going to basically. I'm fine to make this like a performance or persuasion roll.
Persuasion roll.
Yeah, and I'll write down what number it is.
Persuasion, that goes with vitality. Persuasion is plus 2. It's a 17 total.
All right, and so when they check it over, they will have to roll against that. Meanwhile, Chloe, what do you do?
I would like to use my basic makeup tool to looks like more convincing as a vampire.
Roll me. I guess this would be a kind of a skill check.
This would be a skill check, yeah.
So agility.
Oh, that's actually a good roll. Let's see. That's 18.
Describe what you make him look like.
I would like to make him like one of the illusion like makeup that he have a little bit more sharp jawline with a little bit of like sunken eye, with a little bit more red, more pale lips.
So you guys finish basically disguising Noel as the analyst and the adventurer come a little bit closer. The analyst soon sort of holds their hands together and waits for the attention of all of you, and soon begins to introduce themselves. It's not important who I am or what my name is, but I am here to do a job, and if you would do so kindly, please stand in single file. I'm going to take this device and I'm going to walk past each of you. This device is not much to concern yourselves over. It is a very basic magic concentration testing device. It just takes a little bit of the magic from around you in your aura and tests it for concentration to see how potent your magic is, and what it helps to show what rank or ability rank that your magic is, if you have a magic affinity, of course. Now, do not be disheartened if it doesn't show any kind of effect at all. That does happen for some people. She stands there and waits Chloe to stand into single file.
Okay.
She soon comes over, pulls out this orb-looking device. It seems to be blue and close to a magical catalyst, which is a magical weapon that you guys had seen some people training with. She sort of makes it float in front of her and moves it slightly closer in front of Sienna, and you watch as it begins to glow faintly, taking in a little bit. You feel a little bit of your MP taken away, drained forcefully. It changes a slight color, just a slight darker, sort of deeper color, but that is about it. And she seems satisfied with that and soon moves on to the next person.
My real worry is if Haru gets a high reading for no real reason.
She holds the orb out in front of Lantor. You watch as it begins to sort of glow with a green kind of light and gets a lot deeper in color, a lot darker in color, and sort of stops. She nods, not really giving much on her face in terms of what that concentration is like, before she moves on to Valentino. It glows a slight sort of pinkish color, but that's about all that happens. It doesn't change too drastically. She then moves over to Haru. The orb begins to glow quite bright with a white kind of light.
Haru blinks. What does that mean?
And she just says, "This is none of your concern."
Oh.
She doesn't seem impressed. She doesn't seem disappointed. Nothing of the sort. It just sort of glows quite bright, and then she sort of picks it back up into her hands and moves in front of Noel. You watch as she lets it take a little bit of his aura, his essence, and it begins to glow quite violently green. The orb shakes a little bit from the pure concentration that she seems to be getting from the orb. There is a slight look of alert and concern on her face. She sort of steps back a little bit and moves in front of Chloe, just, trying to finish it as fast as possible to get away from Noel. The orb doesn't show much color when it comes to expressing your power concentration.
Why did it go brightly for Haru?
It sort of glows a faint darker color and then soon disappears and becomes the normal blue orb that it was to start with. She quickly then sort of steps back. Adventurer 1 sort of comes a step forward, and the both of them are eyeing off Noel. Do you happen to have any identification, adventurer cards, adventurer star, anything of the sort to identify yourself as an adventurer or a citizen of any of the countries? Noel is nervous. You can see that. He's trying to not fidget with his hands as he carefully presents up on a flattened palm his new illusioned passport identification card. The analyst and the adventurer take the card and look closely at it. They study it, they flip it up and down, they sort of rotate it, look at it slightly in the light, and they look between each other and seem a little bit confused. They soon hand the ID back and ask, "So, are you a visitor to Blopsy? Is this your first time here?" Noel soon nods. "Yes, this is my first time in Talis. I'm normally from Sunsay, but I haven't really gotten into adventuring yet, but I was told that I had quite the affinity for possibly becoming a good necromancer." The adventurer sort of soon nods his head and looks towards the rest of the party. "So how long have you all been traveling together?
Real
Would you
question, how
say
long?
that he has the affinity to become an adventurer on rank with
We met
you
him
all?"
like 2 days ago.
No, it was more than 2 days ago, Sienna.
Also
was
more than
2
2
days
days
ago.
ago, I think.
If it's travel time, it's how long ago was that?
It took you a week to get back
week,
here.
A week to travel, and then maybe a day. Less than slightly,
days.
8 days. Yeah.
Yeah, 8-9 days. Yeah.
So far, I'd say he's rather talented in necrotic magic, considering
He's
he's
talented
been.
in pushing me in front of him because he doesn't want to take any damage.
Well, he is a civilian, technically.
I mean, nobody like to be take a damage, you know.
I will
There's
still.
sometimes
Neither do I. Why would
I
I
will
like
still
to
say
take damage?
it was bad of Noel for doing that, but in terms of skill, he does show a lot of necrotic affinity, considering he's able to use a spell that continuously kept Victor, the person that got taken away, down.
Would you say that you rescued Noel from Victor? Or would you say that Noel was able to handle his own against Victor, considering of this ability?
Oh, no.
Absolutely not. He was terrified.
Technically, we did save him, yes, because Victor had a very strong hunger for necrotic magic. That's why he was glowing a bit green here and there. So, a very big counter to Noel, I would say.
And why would you say he was wanting this necrotic magic? That doesn't make any sense.
We don't know that either. Noel said that Victor seems to absorb the magic rather than get incapacitated by it when he's actively, seeking it. We've seen what he could do in battle. Victor himself is no normal human. I'd say even more closer to a chaos creature despite being human. We barely managed to subdue him when we encountered him, and Noel wasn't really there to help with that. He was just the target of Victor at that point of time, spouting something about following a false god, even though he follows Lady Lucisa.
The analyst has a quite visceral reaction to hearing that he is a follower of Lucisa. And you see that she is very against that. Noel looks disappointed and a little bit annoyed.
I thought the stigmatism against Lady Lucisa was gone.
Unfortunately, there have been some recent attacks in the name of Lucisa.
That makes sense. Have they been confirmed to actually follow Lady Lucisa?
That hasn't been revealed, but we know at least one of them, 2 of them, were indeed devout followers, and they also came from the underworld and refused to abide by the laws of the overworld.
Oh, then you should know that the underworld is facing its own dilemma with its rebellions and such as well, don't you?
Yes, well, we don't really have any evidence to support that.
Evidence? You should know. The army stationed in the Evergreen Isles, they work to monitor this. That's why they do the Khanum training regime, among a few other things there, in order to make sure that no one is to do wrong in the name of their queen of the underworld. Memory serves me right, only those that use her name in such attacks usually end up being a faction that wants to get her out of the throne of the underworld.
Well, that is not the issue that you need to be concerning yourself with right now. At this point in time, you are traveling with someone who is of such high concentration of magic. They should technically be put in somewhere safe where the said magic won't explode or implode and cause tremendous damage to the world.
Don't remember there being regulations about such things.
They're not publicly available regulations.
Well, that also becomes a problem through human decency, because Noel here is simply traveling. He's a civilian, by all means.
Yes, well, are vampires really classed as humans?
That is racist.
That is.
Vampires
Look-
are basically zombies, wouldn't you say?
Sienna.
Oh, you're not wrong, they are classed as undead, but the fact that they cannot die or of old age and do not have an end number to their lifespan
Then would you
make
say a
them closer
pixie?
to monsters than it would closer to humans.
You also call Fae and Pixies also monsters then?
Pixies are a type of monster according to the Codex of Beasts.
Shouldn't be, they are people.
They are classed as monsters.
Then what do you call half dragons, half giants?
Well, if they are half human, then they could be considered more human than they are monster.
Then that becomes a problem for those that don't have any human to them, isn't it? This sounds very...
Are Will and Thunder Mage even here?
Like, they are, but they're very, very quiet.
If you say that, that means people, even the beastkin, are considered beasts than mortals at that point in time.
Well, technically, there is that chance of a beastkin becoming
last I remembered there-
chaotic.
And last I remembered, even though this is... racism exists, but the idea of seeing other races as nothing humane is also inhumane. This kind of practice was tabooed a long time ago.
Wait. In that case, where exactly, like the person, people like I am?
Yes, she's part android.
A
Do you say
model.
she's not a person? And Vale here, he is a full beastkin. Do you see him as not a person? Lantor is an elf. Is he not a person?
This beastkin next to you could be considered domesticated, so therefore would be closer to humans than to beasts.
Irritated by the way he talks.
But Chloe, she seems to be, well, mostly
What if
human.
there was a human with a robotic arm?
Well,
Human?
you look at
Person?
you look at the percentage that is human, and you would see that they are more human than they are robotic. However, if she was to be entirely robotic or android, then with only maybe the face being human or the brain being the only human part, then you could consider her to not be human and technically would be akin to a mechanical beast.
That is very interesting. Because like at least in our hyper city, and these are the people who have most of the body change will think what makes it human is how people think and how they behave like a human does.
Well, Hypercity is in a different league of its own. It has no sort of standard for human rights, considering how open and willing they are to have relations with anything that is able to move.
This sounds like a personal misconduct, really. As an adventurer, especially if one of a higher rank than we are, especially one as... He looks at the badge, it's silver, right?
She has a gold-ranked adventurer badge.
Who is talking, actually?
The Analyst.
The Analyst.
You've watched as the other adventurers seem very uncomfortable and have backed quite far away.
Especially as an adventurer of your rank, this kind of thinking should not be present within how you work. Last I checked, the NQRA works with equality of race in mind, acknowledging that any and all races are races that do go into the humane or human, I would say, even as a person. But the way you're speaking it is as if the most, if not all of us here, are not people.
Well, this is why the adventuring test, it exists what it is. Because only those with enough intelligence to be assumed human can pass it.
The assumption there you're making is quite incorrect. The test that happens within the adventurer's quests, the initiation test for being an adventurer, is to see your ability in order to perform in such duty, whether it is to protect anyone and everyone, whether that is to subdue monsters, to find things, to deliver things.
Yes, but I asked you this.
It is not anything to do with acting as a human. In the first place, the person who did find the NQRA, yes, was human, and the majority of them, funnily enough, were not human. The only other human who founded the NQRA were Aethel and Leon, while the other founding members were Elvin and even a beastkin. On that note, you are actually besmirching upon the name of the NQRA. The way you are conducting this analyzation seems very subjective, which should not be the case. This is an objective matter that needs to be taken into account, an objective form of view.
Well, this is the thing, though. There have been many situations of adventurers that have gone testing, that have looked and appeared human, but for some reason cannot be a part of the initial final exam. For some reason, they are unable to access that. It is safe to assume then that they are incapable of being able to be safe from being affected by the chaos magic in the world, and therefore have a higher chance of becoming a chaos beast or a monster. In which case, we have found that vampires do have a tendency to be like that. So,
Miss Analyst, if what you're saying is correct, then you are essentially calling the entire country of Sunsei as people meant to be under lockdown and under oppression. Would you be even willing to say out loud, right here and now, that the Queen of Sunsei, known to be a vampire, is not a person worth noting? That a person who comes from the Enchanted Forest is not a person at all?
I believe that vampires should not be classed as mortal members of society.
You watch as Haru's like left hand that's been holding onto his sword like scabbard is like clenched.
And I am not alone in my opinion. There are many upon my ranks that feel the same way.
Perhaps the NQRA is not meant for people like you. The NQRA was made because you are, as the title said, what was it again? The full thing? Non-qualified reputational adventurers. Adventurers were made in order to be able to help everyone that couldn't be helped via normal means.
The other issue I have is the fact that
And Miss Analyst, he says as he takes off like his scabbard and just holds it like by the hilt, stabbing it onto the ground. On that note, you should also know that it is not only vampires who are more likely to be, as you say it, corrupted by chaos. Chaos in itself has absolutely no bias towards anything at all. It will take over anything and everything that it can in order to, as the name implies, chaos. You've seen people, humans, corrupted by chaos. There are chaos elves who control chaos but do not become chaos monsters. Or would you say that the wife of Amadeus Leon Maxwell, leader and founder of the NQRA, a monster that was meant to be put down rather than someone to be taken care of?
We are sent on many quests to remove chaos monsters and keep the civilians and mortals of this world safe. That is our responsibility as adventurers, particularly when you get to the rank that I am. And it comes to my rank and my colleagues' responsibility to look after the adventurers of a weaker status when we notice that things are not normal, when there are anomalies that don't make sense, particularly if they are high in necrotic magic, high in chaos magic, or any kind of immediate threat to the other community of adventurers. I am here just trying to do my job.
Then what have you come to the conclusion of, Miss Analyst? Do explain what that catalyst of yours was trying to calculate with its dimming and brightening lights.
That of this entire party, the two of you are much more of a threat to this community than the NQRA should be willing to take part in.
Does she gesture to Haru and Noel?
Yes. The mage down there gestures to Lentor. He is probably about close to a bronze rank adventurer in terms of magical affinity. That is quite typical for iron rank adventurers. But the two of you seem to be anomalies. And considering how you've been taking this conversation, maybe you are not fit for such a role.
Perhaps I should point out to you that perhaps the way you spoke make it seem a very hostile approach towards those that do have potential. For all you know, that magical affinity that you talk about is not even something I've unlocked or have access to.
After the situation that had happened in the last few generations, the NQRA has become quite sensitive to large pulses of magic, particularly if they come from within a source of a person, whether you have access to it or not. They see it as a risk, a liability, something that could potentially cause damage or be utilized to cause damage anywhere else.
And on that note, would you say the NQRA has made a fatal decision in allowing me to become an adventurer, despite all the testing and all the trials and evaluations that I've gone through?
Well, considering your attitude towards all of this, then yes.
And considering your attitude towards all of this, I would say they made a grand decision of making the wrong choice too.
She seems to be quite annoyed with that statement. She stares you down, Haru.
Haru does not back down either.
And Noel immediately sort of steps forward and sort of stands silently between the two of you. How about if you settle this the old-fashioned way?
Not now, Noel.
A friendly duel. We're in a training ground, right?
That is such an outdated way of thinking. Generations ago, maybe. Generations old.
Sienna, I'm trying to help. Look, you can stare at each other for as long as you want, but this conversation feels like it's going nowhere. Like, surely we want to keep moving on. We have better things we can be doing with our time, don't we? Like, adventurers, you have your quest rewards to go and collect. We have information to give about the Northern Forest.
That is correct. We did come across something else other than Victor, after all.
Adventurer 1 sort of comes over and puts a hand on the Analyst's shoulder and goes, I think your work is done here. You can leave and we will have a meeting about this later. Don't worry, we will keep an eye on them. We'll have one of our adventurers escort them to where they're going to go in case there is any need for us to get in contact with them again. I think you did fine. And sort of pats her on the back and begins sort of patting a little bit more aggressively.
Is the Analyst human? Is she something else? Is she an elf? Is she a dwarf?
She is a water elf.
How ironic.
So yes, soon the Adventurer 1 and the Analyst soon walk away. The Adventurer 3 goes and talks to Adventurer 2 and soon Adventurer 3 gives you guys a look back in apology before heading off as well. And Adventurer 2 sort of walks in front of you all.
Do we get an image with Adventurer 2?
Yes.
Apologies.
I had one, but I've lost it.
Haru then goes, apologies. It's just, when people speak like that, it just reminds me of the time of how my sister and I got treated and just irks me.
If anything, we should be apologizing to you. I didn't think one of our higher-ups would be so toxic.
Toxic is an understatement with how she thinks about the other races.
Racist, xenophobic, there's lots of words.
I've never been one that's good with words.
Does bitch work?
Bitch does work. I know that word. That word works plenty.
Alright, I'll change the music.
I'm sorry. I wanted to say something and I was so disappointed because I had to go.
No,
No,
all
it's
good.
okay.
Not oppression enforcing justice? Bro. But yes. Is that a he or a she? I still don't know.
It is a she.
Okay. But still, I should have controlled my words better. She is, by all technicality, my senior in this job. Regardless, it's comforting to know it's seemed to have some problems with her attitude as well. As selfish as that may sound.
She is a researcher of supposed renowned. I've never been a large fan of her, but we do have a duty to protect newer adventurers from anything that could be perceived as a threat, and considering you're coming back with two people that are not registered adventurers, both of which have high affinity for magic, no offense, it is very concerning.
Well,
Because we've had adventurers, stories I've heard, adventures in the past have come back and they have been taken advantage of by dangerous people.
It's understandable, but the way she went about it was really terrible.
Apparently she, I assume, grew up in a very remote part of Quixia, and Quixians aren't always the most welcoming of people. There was an entire war about that.
Oh.
Don't mind me. I will probably just be following around. You're welcome to do whatever it is you need to or want to do. I am here as just a precaution so that she doesn't come back. I'm Sora, by the way.
Haru.
Well,
Nice to meet you.
nice to meet you.
You all have a party name? You're fully registered?
We're registered as, unfortunately enough, as prison magic.
That is
Full of
It's a long
the
story.
interesting name.
We were saying it a lot, apparently, because it was a joke we had during the dream
Well-
assessment.
At least you've got prison magic. That's better than our party name.
What is it?
What is it?
If you don't mind me
Powerless.
asking. What was that?
Oh my god.
Paladus?
Powerless.
Powerless? That is unfortunate.
We all said it because we were making a joke at the time with the paper in our hand, and we didn't realize that there was that tiny hidden clause.
That my condolences is all Harry says.
Yeah, well, hey, look, it is what it is. Made it work.
Actually, can I roll, like, what would this be like? Just considering the gold rank, they must have made
They
a
are
name for
silver
themselves.
rank, the
Silver
party.
rank.
Yeah.
That still would have put them into like a pretty good position to be known one day.
Not necessarily. There's a number of parties that are
Silver is more common than
gold. However, that's a different story.
So she said she was gold rank. Does that mean you all are as well?
No. She's not part of my party. God, don't put me with her. We are a silver ranked party. We've just come back from traveling around. We only got through about halfway before we needed to come back.
Considering things, let's walk and talk towards the
Yes,
NQRA.
of course.
Do you have any tips for us new starting adventurers?
Try to avoid people like her as much as possible.
A given.
But next time you're bringing people back into the city, just call up the NQRA and let them know, or send them a message. Minasan's usually pretty good. Once the message has been sent, then people know to suspect other energies around, even if they might seem interesting or dangerous or whatever. Especially if you're bringing back someone that you've captured, send them a message just to let them know.
That was a short-sightedness on our part. Thank you. We'll keep that in mind next time we do something like that.
That's all good. Well, don't mind me. I will just be following behind you guys. And with that, she sort of floats to the back. The rest of you hop back up on the carriage, and soon you're back on your way, leading into the NQRA Adventurers area. You pull up out the front of the main guild building.
I knew there would be rotten apples here and there, but to think we'd run into one so quickly in our adventure.
I would have said something. It didn't to say anything, honestly.
Honestly, it'd be more surprising if you all managed to talk in a more calm manner. I swear I had to hold back really hard in order not to draw my sword then and there.
I'm kinda used to it, sadly said, you know?
But it's
Well,
not
not
right to
particularly
say...
in that way. Yeah?
It's just not right to say any other races is not... Well, a person. To say that Vale is just a domesticated beast and that, you know, a vampire isn't even human is not, well, not a person is not right. Though, Sienna, what did you mean by your comments earlier?
Which comments?
The zombies part, about the vampires.
Well, that is just my personal opinion regarding a particular person that we have dragged away who I think personally, again, personal opinion, not everyone's opinion, that we could have left there to die.
Noel just rolls his eyes.
Well,
Personal
regardless,
opinion.
you are free to think as you wish. At least that confirms, at least for me, that you're not thinking about the entire race as a whole.
Why me? Why me in particular? What did I...
Well, you do taste like a dead person, and you don't smell like anything in particular.
I told you, I'm very good with my hygiene, and I make sure that I don't have a scent.
So 2 out of 5 senses say he's dead.
Yeah, clearly I'm alive.
That doesn't really mean anything. Zombie.
Well, regardless, let's report our quest to the guild, and also mention about the skeletons near the river. Maybe there'll be missing people that we can confirm. With that, Haru opens the door to the NQRA.
You are soon greeted by Minasan. She gives you a polite wave as you walk towards the counter. How may I help you today?
We're here to report one of our quests that we undertook to be a success.
Your adventuring name?
Prison magic.
Yes, I can see that you accepted a quest in the Northern Forest. And have you finished the report?
Well, the person that we apprehended has been taken away, but here's the report that I can give, a brief one. Essentially, the monster sighting was not technically a monster. a person who had taken too much necrotic energy, as well as being tainted with chaos magic, seemed to have been running around chasing this person here. He gestures to Noel,
He gives a brief wave.
and has been causing the distress. The skeletons mentioned within the report is actually a set of 2 skeletons near the river that is known to have sirens there.
Considering the quest was unspecific on exactly what monster you were hunting in the Northern Forest, the fact that you found someone that was causing trouble and saved them from another person, then that would mean you did catch some kind of creature in the Northern Forest that...
The person also matched the description of what the quest was giving. The green colored eyes, the dark silhouette, and all that as well. He should be brought by the guards some time ago.
It has just been put into the system. Victor Peter. I see.
Such a...
He will be charged accordingly, do not worry. But yes, you shall receive your reward as a party shortly into your designated accounts. Thank you for your hard work, adventurers.
Regarding the 2 skeletons, we never got to confirm what or who their identities were. But if there have been missing people cases, and if they know they've gone north, that there were 2 skeletons there that they can look for.
There is a number of missing persons for the Northern Forest, but I will put up a new quest on the board for a new adventuring party to investigate these skeletons.
They were close to a dangerous area, so please make sure they're of a higher rank than us.
That is noted. I have put an elevated adventure rank warning on there. Thank you for your concern.
Oh, Minasan, there's actually something I want to ask. Does the NQRA have any civilian logs of a person 60th generation?
Unfortunately, logs posting past the 100th generation were not recorded into the database. If you would like more information or to try and figure out if or any kind of family history goes back that far, it is a better option to go to the archives, and you will have to look through them manually, unfortunately. They have not the technology, somehow, to be able to update it into the database.
Damn.
And they said it was a manpower issue.
I see. Thank you.
Of course.
He turns to the rest of them. Do you reckon we should take another quest while we're here, or what do you say, Lantor, Chloe, Sienna?
We could.
Prepared enough for another quest? Or do we want to stay here for one night before going out again?
Well, regardless, we'll take a rest before we go, if we do.
It doesn't hurt to look at what quests are up.
Is there any urgent ones that we, as a starting out party, can look at, Minasan?
In terms of quests upon your rank, there are about 6. Is there a particular quest type you're after?
Is there?
One that doesn't involve necromantic magic.
There are no quests for necrotic magic.
Amazing, then we'll take any one of them.
Let's see. What is our party type? Have we written down anywhere about what our party type and anything was?
You were just a standard adventuring party, weren't you?
Oh yeah, we're adventurers, yeah. Well, is there any particular quest that suits a normal adventuring party like us?
It depends on what is the opinion of the party, preference of the party.
Well, we're an adventure party, meaning we do have a preference for ruins and finding other things of the sort. I'm trying to find where that information would be. Here you go. Anything regarding to do exploration, ruin hunting, or history, or even just an exploration one would probably be more our party type. Perhaps exploration?
Would you like to look in this isolated area as in the city, as in Tarlis, or would you like to look a little bit further out into quests in the rest of the Contentient?
He looks towards the party once more. There's almost a look of pleading, like, please help me.
I'm geographically challenged. Where's Tarlis? I'm going to get the map up so I can actually see.
It is the grey where you are.
Pretty close
Now
to
let's
center.
venture out. Let's go somewhere else.
Where do you reckon we should go and adventure to? I know Sunsei is over here. That's where the vampires are. If you want to deal with a lot of more...
No undead, no zombies, no vampires, no necrotic anything.
Then we don't go that direction.
We go a different direction.
Anywhere that supposedly got treasure?
Everywhere has treasure if you know what pockets to dig in.
Looking for treasure-related quests, there is 2 possible treasure-related quests. However, treasure is something that is subjective to the person.
Oh, then how about a quest that allows us to find a relic within a ruin? That technically is a treasure for the museums and such. Is that the kind of treasure you're looking for, Lantor?
I think he's meaning personal treasure that he can keep.
Anything typically related to making a bit more money.
Mm-hmm.
Unlike some people's pockets, mine eventually run dry.
You've got to learn the recycling technique.
What's the recycling technique?
Well, the reduce, reuse, recycle, except we reuse it from other people's pockets and put it into our own.
That doesn't sound legal.
Not much I do is.
No, it tends to come across as the 5-finger discount.
It's a 5-finger discount?
Like, I'll steal from people that have more or less than 5 fingers.
More or less 5 fingers.
What happens when they do have 5 fingers?
Cut one off. That way it's not
Anyway,
a 5-finger discount.
Minasan, do you reckon there's a quest that would be good for our pockets? We need adventuring funds.
Sorting the quest by allocated reward, she sort of stops and thinks for a moment. Considering your adventuring rank and removing those that are under a certain value, is there a minimum you're willing to accept a quest for?
What's the lowest minimum that we can?
$300.
What's the range? Is that per person or per party?
Per person. Rewards now are given in units of per person. The math was too much for some people learning common for the first time to understand.
You know what? Fair. It's like, the request reward is 10,000. Okay, how do we divide that by 7?
Carefully.
Well, is there any particular country we wish to visit while we're trying? I guess that only really brings us to either going through Quixia straight upwards, or we go to Madaluna and then go through Quixia again.
Common ground would be Choo Choo.
Going through Choo Choo wouldn't be bad. Then when it comes to finding relics, I vaguely remember that Anfrey had a lot of ancient civilization buildings. Ruins, they're called, right?
Looking for quests in mentioned areas, there is one missing persons case in Talus. There is an abandoned shrine ruin that has been documented to the NQRA for investigation in Choo Choo. There are multiple basic run quests available in Blopsy. There is a recently discovered underground tunnel in Modaluna that is in need of investigating after a small conflict.
It seems that Sienna has a thing
That's the
for
same thought.
dark places.
There is a rumored relic item in Old Dust that is requested to be a low-rank investigation.
Why do you always send us to the desert?
There is
Secret
a quest.
tunnel.
There is a quest to explore the southern mountain range of Choo Choo after a new path was mentioned to have been washed away overnight.
Overnight, goddamn.
Can we accept like multiple quests at once to go through Choo Choo to get to Modaluna?
You can technically accept multiple quests at once if you wish, but you need to make sure you document.
On the way.
Well, we could grab 2 quests on that point. There seems
We
to
can
be.
investigate Choo Choo, and we can investigate the secret tunnel.
Which investigation though? The shrine or the new path?
No,
you
you
said?
pick. You pick.
Me? We should pick.
Well, anyone else.
I vote for the shrine.
Well, if it is the shrine, then technically I can ask around a lot more easier. Yeah, perhaps we'll take the shrine quest then. I vaguely heard you comment something about the tunnels.
Yes, the tunnel. Tunnel sounds good.
And then we'll take those 2 quests, Mina-san.
Please present your adventurer ID for acceptance.
Haruper takes his badge and hands it to her.
The badge sits on the desk in front of her, and you watch as basically her eyes scan the card, with a laser. Prison Magic has accepted these 2 quests. The information has now been sent to your devices. If you have any more information you would like to report or find out about, it shall be available on your digital devices.
All right. Well, we've got our quests. Pretty much heading to Choo Choo.
Yeah. But I guess we should have a rest at the very least. And for now, I guess. What do you have? You said you know where my sister would be. No, just immediately.
Let's go back to the inn and have everyone rest first. We can be a much more comfier situation than in the middle of an adventurers guild.
Haru's
I
ears
vote we do this over food.
I guess we can.
Sienna's already left. She's already on her way. to the
Sienna's
inn.
already. Haru follows. Ears drooped. But yes.
Lantor follows Haru.
So, you all head to the inn to rest up. And considering it is the Adventurers Inn, there is no charge for you for staying here. And food, of course, is on the house. You soon begin
Is that the place
ordering.
of that one time that we spoke to the chef?
This is not the tavern. This is the Adventurers Inn. So this is like
yeah, okay.
fully sponsored. You all sit and enjoy resting and indulging in the free food at the Adventurers Inn. Haru,
Yes.
how do you start this conversation with Noel?
What do you know?
It's perfectly
The table.
timed. Let's start with something else. Can I have your sister's name?
Knowing her, she probably didn't use her real name.
I thought you said you had seen her anyway. Why do you need her name?
Well, I said I might have seen her. I might have passed her in my travels.
Well, she looks exactly
Oh,
like this, so he begins to
millionaire.
explains what his sister looks like. Of the one. And then as he's explaining this, he takes out the one picture he has of his of him and his sister and shows it to him. Again, showing the very stark difference between of him in person and him in photos. Completely different. But yes, no, she looks exactly like this. She is an elf. Well, she claims to be an elf.
She does look familiar, but her face looks familiar. She wasn't wearing those kinds of clothes. Well, kind of. She seemed to have animal ears and slightly different colored hair, from what I remember.
She has that bad habit of changing what she looks like.
But I did pass her in Sunsea. I met her in one of the back alleys. She was quite kind. She moved on quickly to meeting some other shady person that was nearby. There's a lot of shady people in the back streets.
Who was it? What did they say?
I'm not entirely sure.
What's her relationship with my sister?
Not sure.
What were you doing with my sister in a back alley?
I would like to go to Haru and then put the both hand on the shoulder of Haru and try to calm him down.
He was as he goes back to sitting down. Apologies. But what were you doing with my sister in the back alley?
Your sister in a back alley. Haru, I was just there. I lived in the back alleys.
Anyway.
She was meeting with someone.
And who was this person? What did they look like?
Let me try.
What was their relationship with my sister?
Haru, one at a time.
Please, there is no need to curse, to yell and curse.
Alright, I believe it was some kind of merchant.
Merchant?
They might have been a beastkin. I thought I saw a tail. Kind of like a monkey, I guess?
You watch as Haru takes out a notepad and is furious, quickly writing down everything that he is saying. Yes. Go on. When did you last see her? What was the time? Was it in morning, nighttime, daytime?
Nighttime. Around the sunset, nighttime. Sunset is usually a nighttime place.
What was she wearing?
Yeah, and how many generations ago was it?
Oh my god.
My concept of time is really bad. It could have been anywhere from a couple of seasons
to a couple of generations.
It's about 2 cycles of seasons.
2 cycles of... What was the season?
autumn, yeah, about 3 autumns ago.
2-3 autumns ago. That was 2 years after she left then.
Look, could possibly try to find that monkey merchant if you want. They shouldn't be too difficult to find in Sunsea.
No, if it's a trace like that, it would have been a while back. Besides, if what you're saying is true, shady merchants don't usually stay in one place for too long.
Well, this one I used to see quite often in Sunsea. Sunsea is known for its nighttime markets.
There is a thoughtful look on Haru's face, and then he turns to Sienna. Lips upturned, puppy dog eyes, quivering lips. Can we please?
Do you need something?
Can we please go to Sunsea?
Is that on our way?
No.
Do you
a map for a second?
do you have anything of your sister's still with you, Haru?
She didn't leave much of anything. The only thing I have left of her is this picture.
Surely you have an item or something that she gave you, right?
Did she? Did she?
This is a question for
you. Sunsea's the red country.
Opposite direction of where we're going, by the way. Complete opposite direction.
Okay, so Prison Magic, the Continental Tour, where we go everywhere.
This over here is Sunsea, where Pitten, Desert Sea, and Eldalchi is.
Yeah, I'm just looking at that, and our quest is not in that direction at all.
Your quest is here?
No,
Oh, no.
not.
Oh, no, it's the shrine, so choo-choo.
and then somewhere
over
in
here.
Model.
Do I know any person from my old like friend or the I used
The
to be
answer is no.
work with that they might be know about the the shady market? Okay, do I know anyone from my old phase from when I was working as a mercenary that know about shady market?
Roll me a wisdom check.
Oh wait, Shady Market. Does Sienna know about it? Should I
Sienna
be
can
rolling
also
a
roll
wisdom check?
you can also roll a wisdom check.
15.
Yep.
15 as well.
Ooh, okay. So,
Were we there at the
Two-
same time?
Possibly. yeah, let me roll that. Yes, the two of you were at the same market. Thinking back on it, the two of you sort of realize, yeah, actually, no, I've been to a fair share of shady places, including a shady market, and for a glimpse in your memory, you believe that you may have seen each other at the shady markets for very different reasons. The two of you may have once met eyes, but never really talked or anything like that. Acknowledge that you're both there for something that you probably both should not be noticed there for. But you remember that there is a particular, almost festival of sorts that's celebrated. A lot of people from Hyper City and all around the Contentient all come to one place, Gamba's Valley, to celebrate a festival of what they publicly call Nightfall Festival. It is a festival where basically all of the best shady dealers, shady merchants in the Contentient, selling usually illegal goods, but some not illegal goods, go to Gamba's, they meet up and have basically equivalent of like a convention. It's difficult to get into, but if you get in there, the things that you can get your hands on are unlike anything else you can get in the world. It only happens one night in a generation, so it's once every
the generation.
It's quite equivalent because it's like elven 1 year kind of vibe.
Oh, okay. Yep.
So for elves, it would be like a yearly thing, but for humans, it's a 15-year thing. Once every 15 years. So it happens in Gamba's Valley. This has everything to prized relics, to things that are illegal in most places of the world. This includes any kind of exotic or unique items, materials. This can be weapons that have been used in the past, like historical weapons. It could be anything. It's kind of a mix of auction and not auction and stalls and stuff. Chloe, you probably would have been. How old are you? How old is your character currently?
23.
I think it's safe to assume you're probably about that sort of quite young, I'd say.
Quite young, maybe like
When you're initially
10.
in your training in training to be a missionary, they bring you there to see if you get caught. Basically, it's like a training routine.
So I will guess maybe like 16 or 17. Okay.
Most likely. Sienna, for you, there would be probably a similar kind of age. Maybe
Yeah,
just a little bit older.
She was about 14, 15 when she went to Gambas Valley the first place.
Yeah, so that fits.
And so with this festival that happens once every 15 years, is that, like, when is the next one then? Like, really far away?
It was. And your character is what age now?
Well, mine's 30, so if she was 15 when it happened, then it's that
It would be happening this year. Yeah.
And they suspect that Haru's sister is going to be there.
No, Haru's just desperately chasing any trace for his sister. So if someone had said, "Well, I think I saw her in Sunset," he'd run straight there. Or if they say, "Oh, I think I saw her at the Evergreen Isles," he would instantly run there.
But if she keeps getting seen with shady people, all of those shady people are going to be in Gambas.
Is that what she says to him?
Yeah, which is to everyone who's listening.
You realize this is going to take part in the spring. It's usually on the first or second day of spring.
Which is how far away from where we are now?
You were at the start of winter. So the seasons here work 3 months of winter, 3 months of spring, 3 months of summer, 3 months of autumn, you know, that kind of thing. So it's winter 1, winter 2, winter 3, spring 1. So you're about 3 months.
Okay, so we have time to do our quests, and then by the time we finish those, we go to Gambas Valley to the night, whatever it is, festival.
Nightfall.
Yeah, Nightfall. I'm writing that down. Nightfall.
Well, you would know more about this than I do, and chasing him all the way to Sunset when we have other quests in a different direction would be foolish. If you reckon I might find any trace of her in this Gambers Valley, then
I think we go to Choo Choo, do our quest there, go to Motaluna, do our quest there. It's very close to Gambas Valley, and maybe it'll be springtime by the time that happens.
Okay.
Think about it like this. Maybe we might need something like valuable to go on in the Nightfall Festival thing.
Oh, don't worry, I can get us into that festival.
Sienna, you really do have a lot of connections.
I know the right people in Gambas Valley. I lived there for a very long time.
Oh, you're from Gambers.
I'm not from there. I lived there. I literally lived in one of the casinos. Long story. I'm not telling it now.
Casino? What's a casino?
Well, you know, have you ever played like a card game or like a dice game, Haru?
What's cards and what's dice?
Well, I've played cards and dice.
Okay, basically, casino is a people go there to just to play a game, but with an actual money.
Also, what the kids do when they bet on which beetle would win, and they
but
would
with
get the
the
candy.
more
Grown up.
with the big money for the adult.
You seemed very sheltered, Haru.
Well, I lived in a shrine for most of my life.
And what god do you follow?
Lady Usana.
That makes sense.
Makes sense?
Well, she was quite the swordsman.
No, my skills with the sword is nothing but mediocre.
I doubt.
Well,
Doubt?
just be glad that she is no longer walking among the mortals. Otherwise, I feel like she would let you eat those words.
To be taught directly by Lady Usana, that would be one great
Death
honor.
sentence.
That sentence? He gets confused real quickly.
I heard rumors that she tended to kill people and bring them back just to keep training them.
Nonsense. That's just all rumors from all the non-believers.
That's some zombie
He just
shit.
smiles. No, this is god shit, actually.
God zombie shit.
God zombie.
God, zombie shit.
Well, you
Well-
seem to have a fascination with zombies, Sienna. Is that like one of your fears?
Well, they are quite
I
terrifying
don't like it when they
monsters.
push me in front of danger.
I've apologized many times for doing that.
Sorry is literally just a word. Anyone
And
can say words.
How can I make it up to you, Sienna?
I don't know, I'll think about it.
Let me know what I can do to make up for it.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe buy her some food.
Should just
I
steal her
would.
own food.
If the food wasn't already free for you.
And the food's already free, exactly. No stealing
I
involved.
mean, I'm talking about something nice than this one.
Is the food here shit?
It's... Actually, roll me D20. What do you think of the food?
What does Sienna think of the food?
Okay. Hold on. Let me do that.
Haru finds it really refreshing.
13.
It's better than average. It's not like...
6.
Eh.
6.
It's just...
Said
Lantor is not happy with the food at all.
I rolled a 10.
It tastes for what we pay for, really.
Yeah.
Look, I'm not saying it's bad, but also, is it the best in the world? I don't think so.
This is very delicious, though then again, I haven't really eaten much different foods in my life. I do miss the traditional lunches and dinners we have back in Choo-Choo. Oh, he says as he like...
going there.
That's true, and I can introduce you guys to some of the people there, if we do end up stopping by.
I kinda miss the cup noodle.
They do have a few of them there for the tourists.
I do.
There's a great ramen shop there. It's small and out of the way, but it's really good.
I'm more surprising you know what a cup noodle is.
Well, they have it in sale from the konbini.
They have a lot of cup noodle places everywhere.
Yeah, I'm just saying because he didn't know what the casino is.
Maybe he's just blind.
He's sheltered.
Are you lying?
Lived in an orphanage.
Oh.
He says, tilting his head.
Can I give Haru a little bit of pets in the head?
So, how long we planning on resting before you head out?
Well, you've already given me the information that you got, so if it was me, I'd go now. But we do need to rest after after the travel we had. Considering
Couple
things.
days, then we'll head off. Gives us time to rest, to eat, get supplies if we need them. Let the horses rest, who will be, doing the carriage pulling the whole time.
Maybe
But
2
we
to
can do
3
it on
days.
rotation.
I
We
guess.
can do Rocco the first lot, then we can.
Well, Lantor, that
Yeah,
would
but we could
normally
do-
be the case, but unfortunately we have...
What?
He looks towards Thunder Mage. It's half the reason why we need all three to pull at one go.
I was going to make the joke that Thunder Mage was going to be on rotation pulling the carriage. Yeah.
Oh, he absolutely could be.
Look, if he wants to work, why stop him, right? The mana flow. It helps him get his mana
Right. So what
flowing.
did you think of his magic training?
It is no magic training. I've never been so tired in my life.
That could be why his magic training is worth it. I don't know what he made you do. You good, Red? Have you been called away? What's happened? He's
There's
gone.
nothing.
He's been captured by the children.
No, he's still stuffing his food in his mouth.
He's just
He's still
eating. He's
eating.
not paying it. No, he's up on stage performing. He's
I'm-
playing
I'm
the
sorry,
flute in the
someone.
song.
What do I say?
He's playing the flute in the song. Yeah, no, I don't like physical activities like that. Let alone the aggressive yelling constantly.
Aggressive yelling?
Yes.
He has a very bizarre way of motivating you, doesn't he?
That was pretty normal, wasn't it?
I would not say that that was normal. I've never come across someone so bolsterous. His lungs are very big.
Then you should hear some of the instructors in Choo-Choo. When they train in the dojo, they say Kiai is the best thing you can do to train one's soul and hone their techniques with.
Interesting. I would be quite curious to learn more about these shrines.
But that seems like a story for next time.
Indeed. Is there anything else that you all would like to say to each other in the party before we end session tonight?
We eat, sleep, and regroup next week.
Hey, it rhymes.
She's such a poet.
I want to do one thing that I haven't done
Group photo?
in this session.
Is it going to take a selfie with everyone?
I was just going to take a picture of Haru, but that might be a good idea.
It's just gonna take a picture of Haru.
Hope for another thirst trap.
I can roll if you want.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna pull out my makeup tools, and then I'm gonna
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna do a little bit of makeup of Haru.
He
Haru,
stops you.
Haru.
No. Sister said never to use makeup. It ruins your skin.
That's why you have illusions.
He doesn't say that part.
Fine, I will not use a makeup then. How about this then? And then she pull out a pink bow hairpin.
Or what?
Pink bow. The ribbon. The hairpin.
I'll pass.
Come on, it'd be cute.
They're not really my style.
She just stared at you.
Haru goes to take a bite of his like garlic bread or something.
Fine. Would you at least let me take a picture? Just a regular one.
He nods his head and goes and grabs a bite, not really paying much attention to it. All right.
But it's still like the most
Photogenics,
photogenic
right?
photo he's ever taken.
What's photogenic again? D100?
Yeah.
Oh shit. 99. Fuck.
Oh my god, why is it?
Jesus Christ. Again?
Oh my
Not again. This is the first time I rolled a 99.
Okay, no, I just meant like that's a crazy roll.
Oh.
Chloe, virality.
Yeah?
Social
Not
media,
gonna be a-
please. D20. D100, sorry.
I don't know. Maybe we'd not be that lucky this time.
90, we got a 99 and a 98. Holy fucking shit.
But once again, you look at the picture, it doesn't look like the Haru you see. The Haru you see looks very, rounded, very like wholesome, very cute kind of young male.
Yeah.
But in the picture, you see
Yeah.
this angular-faced male, like somehow, some way, biting into the garlic bread sensually, eyes half-lidded, perfect angle and everything, lighting and all.
Jesus.
Did I roll 2,000? Hold on.
I don't know if you can roll 2000.
And I go D1000. You can't. Holy shit!
You can
That is a
roll-
crazy D1000 roll.
What did you get?
998.
I'll take that as one number.
Oh my god.
I don't know if that does 2000 work. 2000's too much. 1,000 is the maximum.
Okay, what did you roll?
998 out of 1,000.
Okay, everyone in the party, roll me a D1000 in the bot.
That is wild.
73.
73? Where did you roll?
Yep. D1000, 73.
That's wild. Wait, no. That's probably why it's not working. It's because you're doing it in your...
Sienna.
Lantern rolled 309. Not bad. 653 for Chloe. Red! He's gone. He's dead. That's still wild. What a wild roll, though. Sienna.
Why is it
73 of
every time I take a
1,000.
picture? Every time I take a picture of Haru,
It's just reality, I guess.
it's just
That 73
No, yeah,
is like
just
her
bends
trying
to
to
fit.
turn invisible in the photo.
Fair.
So what are we rolling here?
I am now changing the way that Chloe's social
Yeah.
media is, considering how popular these posts are. So we're going to do something that I've utilized in the past for previous characters
Oh, like Layla?
that have a social media presence. So, you as a party has prison_magic on social media have 2,033 followers.
oh
Every
my
time-
God.
Every time you post a photo and you get above a certain number on the D100, you will roll a different dice to see how many new followers you get. And
Oh my
for
God.
every 1,000 followers, you will start to get passive income every session.
Oh my god.
Crazy.
While I'm talking about
Insane.
income, can everyone please add $1,200 to their bank accounts?
2,000?
Your reward has
What?
come in. Considering you did more than just investigate, you captured someone that was causing havoc, you get some extra danger pay.
How much is
So
that?
what are we adding?
1,200
Oh.
each.
I have a question.
Yes.
Haru. Oh no, to
Oh,
earn.
okay.
To earn. What?
Yes.
What kind of alternate he would be? Do you think Haru would be okay? For example, just having his like hair change. Do you think that would be okay? I'm not gonna do it right now. I'm just asking.
Haru would be not okay with anything.
Really, just nothing.
Look, there's a reason as to why he wears the outfit he wears and keeps the way his hair is. If you wish to know.
Oh,
But yeah, if you want to know the reason why, you can ask him. He will answer you properly.
okay. Haru,
Yes.
like, can I ever ask? Like, I understand you don't like the bows and the makeup, but would you even don't like changing a slide of your bang? Like,
No, not at
even
all.
so,
I
do
would
you
not
have a
want it.
reason?
The reason? My sister. She said she likes the way I look, the way I am. Therefore, I will not change it.
I see.
Any attempts would be considered an affront to my sister, and I will not allow it.
I understand.
I understand, unfortunately. That's what that sounded like.
I will understand, and it would probably not the good idea about just making my model to not liking the artist. But would you be okay just holding on items and stuff?
That should be okay.
Okay, then we can work with that.
Now that we can work with. Okay. Okay? He says as he takes another bite of his meal.
Just letting you know, we got quite a follower, and then we are starting to getting an income from it.
We are?
Yeah,
I guess Prison Magic's been doing pretty good, even though we've done one
sure,
quest.
yes.
Yes, Prison Magic. Yep.
definitely.
Yes.
Definitely.
Quartermaster, Lantor.
Yeah.
I've updated the quartermaster thing, so for social media presence, you guys have 2,033 followers. Each time I will update that as it goes, and you guys get more followers for the photos. At the start of session, if you keep doing quartermaster, this is why I'm telling you, every 1,000 followers is $100 at start of session for the party. So
I wish.
Total for the party. Yeah.
yeah.
Just
So if you split it between all of your members, like, it's not going to be a lot, but you know. But you have
that's fine.
you have 2,000 followers, so you get $200 at the start of session. So that'll be
Yup.
company funds, the party funds.
So
if you guys,
column at the moment, so yeah.
I will
Cheers.
make our party into the one guy who's a Swedish that is famous.
PewDiePie.
Today.
PewDiePie. You're trying to make.
PewDiePie?
It's the only one I can think of that's Swedish and very popular.
Yeah, I was trying not to say his name, but
Mr.
anyway,
Brofist himself.
Terrible. But yes, with that comes the end of session.
yay.
We shall pick up on the party after they have rested in Blopsy and are ready to head out to Choo Choo to do their next quest. Thank you all for joining for session tonight. I hope you've enjoyed. It's a shame that Red got cold and didn't really get to interact too much. But yeah, no, I hope you've enjoyed. It's been
He kept getting called out.
such just the life of the traveling bard, right?
Yep. Busy as always. Busy bee. Busy bard.
But yes, thank you everyone so much for watching. Thank you guys for joining. And I will see you all in the next stream. You want to say goodbye to chat, everyone?
Take care, chat.
Bye, Chad.
Yeah,
Take care.
bye.
Take care, chat. And I will see you guys in the next session. My computer is frozen. Well, that's not a good sound.